Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Decorative Survival. So, well, in the last episode I did some work in the overworld on on my road. And, well, I'm in the nether because in this episode I've kind of decided that, I have a smelter all the way over here. However, I've kind of thought about it and I feel like it's quite a long way away, and it's also, I have to manually be there and that's not very convenient. So what I'd rather like to do is kind of set up a small, just probably a single furnace, automatic smelter. I have not actually done very much research on this, so this is probably going to be fairly me figuring out stuff, but yeah, I'd like to get started on that. And well, as you can see in between episodes, I've been doing some collection of stuff. That's why I also have some gold. So yeah, I probably am going to do it in a time lapse, maybe. I'm kind of not certain. But yeah, I'll kind of guess I'll get started. At least I'll do the basic structure, even if I come back to try and figure out the redstone on camera, because I'm not going to be very good at that, I suspect. Yeah, I'll get started on that, I guess, and yeah, then I'll be right back. Alright, so, well, this wasn't too difficult. I just had to figure out where I was taking stuff, and I decided on taking the fuel from the floor because invalid stuff would just clog up the system and not get smelted accidentally, but the other stuff from a chest because it could get smelted. Alright, so I am back, and well, as you can see, I've slightly changed up this. You can now properly see it. So I have my stuff going in. I have my smeltable things going in from a chest, which I might want to turn into a trapped chest so that it locks the hopper, so that I can't chuck stuff like my shears in and accidentally get them smelted. And this one, because it's kind of less of a disaster if I chuck the wrong thing in, because only fuels can be used and most of the fuels aren't really valuable. Yeah, I think that should be fine. I've kind of dug out a space back here for, well, I need to hook up the redstone for this dropper, and I think that will be more interesting if I do it on camera instead of in a time lapse, and that should bring it round to this chest. So yeah, well, I'll need to go back to the overworld to pick up a bit more cobblestone and also some tripwire some wood for some tripwire hooks, I think, to turn this into a trapped chest. So I guess I'll go and do that, and then I'll be back. Alright. So I've gotten a bit of stone. I think I can't exactly remember. I might need to turn it into smooth stone. I need to make a comparator, and I think that requires, no, that just requires normal stone and nether quartz. Aha! Well, I guess it was good trying to construct it in the nether, because I can just pull out my pickaxe and grab some nether quartz. And looked like it needed 3 redstone torches, so hopefully I have enough for this entire thing. Let me just stick 4 sticks in there. I think I might need a repeater as well. So this might end up being... Should have brought more sticks. Let's get a repeater. Clearly my block sounds aren't on because they all went up into the second dispenser. That will probably require me to build a little torch tower here. So that... Hey, and it's gotten all the way up to there. Right. I still don't think I'll have enough redstone, but I do have a bit more back. I have a bit more back at my abbey. So I guess I'm going back to get a single redstone torch. Oh, actually, while I'm here, might as well convert the chests. I might want to convert the chest to trap chests. And... like that. So now stuff won't exit until I close it. I shouldn't have done that, should I? Okay, I think stuff also gets stuck, but that's fine. Back to the house, I guess. But I might also just stick a couple more things on so that I don't waste a lava bucket by accident. Right, why don't I just take all 7 of the other pieces of redstone just in case. Right. We can find the system in action. Unfortunately, just about everything is waiting at the top. So I need to put a redstone torch there, I think, and a redstone torch there? Will that work? Yes, I might just need to put everything back down in here. Yeah, and now my empty bucket and things are being sent back up. So I think I would call that a success. Alright, so I am back and, well, I've now covered over this and I've run a, I think, fairly good test of the thing, and it runs, which is probably... Why is there a single... I might just check that's... Okay, yeah, that's really strange, but one stays in the second to top dropper, which is interesting, I guess. And yeah, I've converted everything in here into nuggets, and I tested it out, and by just using the zombified piglin farm and then just sticking all of the swords in there, and it works. So yeah, I also did trade the gold that I got with piglins, so yeah, that's why there's now some more stuff in here. Yeah, anyway, that's probably going to wrap up this episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, goodbye.